I'm coming to you this week from Atlanta, Georgia. We have a wonderful Do What Jesus Did Spiritual Freedom Church deliverance team here, headed up by my longtime friend, Pastor Donnie Williams, who has now started one of our associated congregations here that meet every week. You can get that information from our website, but there's a lot of hope and help for the people in Atlanta with Pastor Donnie and his people. They're a good group of folks. So if you're in this area or anywhere near, reach out to them to find help. I want to speak to you about a very serious issue, and that is the growing problem of suicide in America. This has been emphasized recently with the hanging deaths of Kate Spade, Robin Williams, and celebrity chef Anthony Bourdain. These people had it all: fame, worldwide recognition, all the money that they needed, and yet they ended it. We don't know exactly why. Apparently Kate Spade was having some issues in her marriage. The wife of Robin Williams says that he suffered from a mental disorder. And Anthony Bourdain, well, we know in his past he struggled with cocaine and heroin addiction, and he was having some relationship challenges as well. But what was it that finally pushed these people over the edge? We don't really know. Was it mental illness? Was it the pressures of life in the fast lane? But let's take a bigger look at the issue of suicide. The current statistics that are available, comparing the years of 2000 to 2016, show us that in this age of midlife, where these midlife self-murders took place, around 45 to 64 years of age, the issue of suicide has become increasingly a problem. In that age bracket, that time period, among women, the suicide rate has risen by 60%. By men, 37%, and overall, 30%. Now, experts in the area of mental health and suicide tell us there are 5 basic reasons that people end it all. First of all, they're going through relationship difficulties, which apparently designer Kate Spade had. Some are having financial problems. For others, it's health. Perhaps that's what happened to Robin Williams. Many end life because of family challenges, and others because of legal or criminal problems that they're facing. But as an exorcist and a counselor, I'd like to offer an additional insight. First of all, many people who have demons, and demons often drive people to kill themselves, also suffer from dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities. And here's what I find. It's in midlife that the internal cohesion of the multiple personality system begins to unravel. And so the trauma that caused these multiple personalities to develop in the first place comes rushing forward. They don't have that multiple system, that fragmented alter ego group of personalities handling it to take care of the issue anymore, and now they have to face it on their own. For some, that's just absolutely overwhelming. And there's another thing to think about: generational curses. It's in midlife that generational curses have the worst effect. When you're young, you've got the emotional energy to fight off the effect of some of those curses, but it can catch up to you systemically about mid-age. And I think that's another reason why at that point, people who have not broken their curses will find themselves coming unglued. Well, whatever the reason, it's a terrible, terrible problem, whether it's bloodline curses catching up or whether it's a dissociative system that is falling apart. There is hope and there is help. You know, this ministry through the years has been able to save hundreds, perhaps thousands of lives, and had so many people come to us who have attempted suicide or who are considering ending their lives. Now, let me say to you that if that's where you're at right now, there is a national helpline of counselors who are ready to speak with you at 1-800-273-TALK. I encourage you to call them. And of course, I encourage you to call our offices and make an appointment for a personal one-on-one encounter. Because if your problem is driven by demons or bloodline curses, we can be of help to you to put a stop to all of that, to save your life. Now, if you are in an urgent situation and you're considering ending your life right now, get to an emergency room, get to a hospital, speak with a doctor immediately. Get some intervention now, and then get some inner healing and deliverance later. But right now, you've just got to save your life or the life of someone you love. And remember that above all, Jesus Christ is the hope. Whatever despair you're facing, whatever the problems and the issues, he is greater than all of that. And a personal faith in a risen, living Lord and Savior can turn things around for you. It may sound a little simplistic, but if you are despairing of life, now is the time more than ever to turn to Jesus Christ.